Hello, welcome to Shop Talk. My name is Lila Jones. It is so good to be here with you on today. Today, I wanted to address the brokenhearted because there are so many people out here that are brokenhearted, and some for reasons that we may not ever understand, but they know what is going on with them. And with a brokenhearted or with a broken heart, you go through so many emotions. You go through anger, you go through fraudulent joy, you go through sadness, silence, noisiness, just fear, anxiety. You go through so many changes when you are brokenhearted. And I'm sure that with a broken heart, you may very well experience all of these emotions. Oftentimes you do. Oftentimes you experience all of these emotions in like within 5 minutes, because some people like to say, well, they should be over it by now, but it is not your broken heart. It is that person broken heart, and you don't know what it takes from day to day for them to manage their broken heart. And what I do want to say is give people some type mercy when they have a broken heart. You can't just shove it off and act like it's nothing, because it's something to them. You don't want a person to live with a broken heart. I don't want you to live with a broken heart. But there are times that, in life, you're going to have a broken heart. I'm telling you, you're going to have a broken heart. It is not life that every day. I think I don't want to quote these things I like to quote, because I always be wrong. Like, I get them all mixed up. But every day is not going to be sunny. I'm going to say that every day is not going to be like you smelling roses. It's just some days you just not feeling great about things. I know that whenever my mother passed, and it's been since '07, but there is still a piece of me in me that is most certainly brokenhearted by that, because one, we had a great relationship. We talked a lot. Like, we talked a lot. And then when we didn't have anything else to talk about, I just, told all my siblings. That was always a good conversation for me and my mother. Probably not for them, but hey, I did do that. Yeah, I used to do that. And even as I'm talking about in my 40s, I used to love to tell on them. So if they tell me something, they can be sure that I'm going to tell mama. But so, of course, I miss all of that. I miss our conversations. I miss all the things that she taught me. But I thank God for the things that she taught me, because they're inside of me. And so I do thank God for that. And I went through a lot of changes. Like, when my brother passed, he and I was extremely close. We also worked together. And actually, I had worked with all my siblings. We have all worked together. But I'm telling you, it was very, very difficult. I went through everything. That sometimes in the I'll be at the grocery store, just sitting in the parking lot, just the anger. It's like anger, to be honest with you, angry with a guy like, you took my brother. And I know that wasn't the truth, but I was just so angry. I went through so many things, so loneliness and sadness and anxiety. I had it all going on at one time, because I truly did miss him. I still miss him. Of course, God has healed me from that. But I still do miss him. And again, there's another piece in me that is broken because of my brother has deceased now. And sometimes, I was talking to someone the other day, and they were telling me that they went to a funeral, and how angry both sides of the family were. It's like, well, I can't agree with either side, simply because that's a homegoing. You sending someone away. And sometimes people don't know exactly where to put their emotions. Sometimes they feel better if they have someone to blame it on, or if they can point fingers at a situation or a person. But I told her, I said, well, I can't agree with either. I understand that the family, her parents were hurt, her siblings were hurt. I do understand that. I do understand that maybe the spouse was hurt, and of course the child was hurt. But I cannot agree with the actions where, almost a fight breaking out at a funeral. That's a little too much. That's a little too much, because you have to remember, you're sending this person, you're sending them on, you're releasing them. In a sense, you may not release them in your heart and in your emotions, understandable, but to be, at a home, going to sending someone off, and you're almost, ready to fight. That's a lot, because see, those are things that you cannot go back and fix. You can't go back and fix that. It's like, this is it here. This is final. This is a final situation. I cannot go back and fix it. I can go back and apologize for my actions. I can go back and ask for forgiveness, but the act, I can't fix that. There's nothing else I can do about it. It's final. It is the end. So I understand about being, having a broken heart. And imagine now if someone, took your child, murder your child. Parents go through that, siblings go through that, good friends, your loved one, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your spouse go through those things, even, down to, well, not, I don't want to say down to, that doesn't sound good. Even in or it was a fatal car accident or something. When you lose someone, you are broken hearted. However it happened, you are hurt, and you are angry. You have this fear. It's a lot of things that you have to be healed of. But no one should discount that. Yeah, you are brokenhearted, and you have to be careful how you approach that person, and think about what you're saying to that person. You can't just tell a person, oh girl, it's been 5 years, you should be over that. No. God can heal them, but to get over it, I don't know. And just because you're not over it, it doesn't mean that you're, or because you're over it, it doesn't mean that you're angry with a person. It doesn't mean that you had dismissed this person like they were never in your life. No, it really truly means that God has truly healed me, and I'm moving forward, because you have to move forward for yourself. You have to move forward for family. You just have to move forward, because life still exists for you. So again, I'm just thinking about so many people that I talk with, that are going through, a broken heart. And sometimes I mean, you think it's nothing. It's like, one time I had this long relationship with this person, and I don't know, maybe one day she was having a really, really bad day, or maybe she was tired, maybe she was frustrated, maybe she was like, look, I'm tired, and you better be careful what you say to me. Maybe it was one of those days. But I had this relationship with her for over 20 years. And I was like, the day that she approached me, and she was like all in my personal space, and she was angry. She probably didn't think she was angry. She probably thought it was okay, but it was so hurtful to me. And I'm telling you, yes, my heart was broken, because I saw a person that I did love and still love, because you can't dictate to the heart that you're just going to cut off somebody, and a person that I truly still care about. But I saw that relationship just dissolving, just moving away, just ending. And so I had a lot of that moments. I had a lot of emotions going on, because I knew that this was the end of a relationship. This is an end of a friendship. This was the end of me caring deeply. Well, no, it wasn't the end of me caring deeply about the person, because I still care deeply for her. But she in her family, her children. But at the same time, because the way the words that were spoken was the words, and the tone of the words were so heartbreaking to me. And I could feel my heart. It's like it was just like breaking in little pieces, like every word, every tone. It was so ugly that I knew it was like the end of the relationship. And yes, I do still care for this person. Yes, I do still care for her family, but still, it's the end. And then believe me, I still think about her. I still care for her, and I still, wish her well-being. But you can be brokenhearted over things like that. Some people are brokenhearted over a love relationship, and I can imagine. that's a lot because you get so connected with someone, that you love, that you're in love with. So I can imagine that, that is a lot to deal with. But sometimes in some cases you just have to move on. It does not mean that you're not hurt. I'm not discounting that, but I am saying that sometimes you just have to move on. And sometimes it could be the like simplest thing in life. It could be the simple, like, okay, my husband said to me, "Okay, I'm going to get you some new furniture." Well, I did not know that furniture had, because we have not bought furniture in a while, so I had no idea that furniture was so like sofa $7,000. I didn't know that furniture had went up so expensively. But anyway, he says to me, "I'm going to get you this furniture." I'm all excited. Then he come back and say, "I'm going to clean this furniture." Got to be kidding me. You gonna do what? Furniture. But honestly, y'all think it's nothing. My little heart was broken about that thing. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You know what? I didn't even say anything. I was like, whatever, whatever. But I was thinking, this man told me he's gonna buy me some new furniture. Now he's telling me I'm gonna clean this furniture. Are you serious? Hey, but anyway, he didn't change his mind. He mentioned it again this morning. He didn't change his mind about that. Well, I'm thinking even this morning. So now this has been like a couple months ago. So at this point, I was like, whatever. I don't even want to talk about it because I can see right now. It does not mean I'm not going to get it. I'm going to get it. I just see. I have to have a different plan, but I'm going to get it. But his plan right now, he's not buying that furniture. Well, I took him to the furniture store, and he realized. I guess he realized how much I paid for the other one now. After all these years, he now realized that I know I paid aggressively for the other. And when he saw those price tags, he was like, I'm gonna clean this furniture. I am not going to buy any new furniture right now. And I was brokenhearted about that. Now, if he does my fragrances like that, now when he tell me he's gonna buy me some fragrance, when I walk in the house, I want to know, did you order my fragrance? Because I love fine perfumes. Now, I don't buy like in bulks like one of my coworkers. Look, we like to wear Bond, and Bond is very, very expensive. And so I said, girl, you shop, she shop in bulks. I was like, well, Yvonne, I like that perfume. And yeah, she said, yes, I have this one, that one. She be naming like 4 or 5 of them. I'm telling you, they're pricey too. And but I always say she buy in bulk. When she shoes, she may show me, oh, I have these shoes. And I was like, oh my goodness, they are so pretty. I really do like them. I said, her, and I like that color also. Yep, I got that color also. So she's at like she's shopping at Fred's or something like that, or Sam Club. She definitely buying bulk. And whatever it is, if she like it, I don't care how many colors that come in, whatever color she like, that's the color she's gonna get. I don't care if it's 3 or 4. I don't care how many fragrances. If she like the way it smell and it's 4 or 5 of them, although they $400 to $600 a bottle, that girl, she definitely buy it in bulk. But that's not working out for me right now. Now that isn't now I do it too if I I'll probably do it too. But it isn't working out for me right now. But again, I do want to talk about I am talking about, being brokenhearted. And I'm telling you, emotions be everywhere. Sometimes like you just want to get somebody back, but Romans, I believe it's Romans 12:19. You have to let God take care of that, because you're just going to make everything much worse. You're going to make things worse by trying to get them back. So, you need to, just step back. And I've seen it in my life. I mean, I've seen people do some things to me. I don't have to do anything, but things are happening to them. It's costing them, or they're running into bad times with the situation, or someone else did the same thing to them. So you don't have to do anything. Just like, and not that I'm wishing that, oh yeah, I hope that they have to get it back, or I can't wait to see them. No, that is not my heart, because it just isn't my heart. But I do know it's life, and you sow bad seeds, then you're gonna reap good, bad, or good, bad, or indifferent. Whatever you sow, you're going to reap it. But I do understand again that there are so many brokenhearted people out here. And yeah, I have compassion on them. And some people think it's nothing. But when you're dealing with a broken heart, it is a lot. It is a lot to deal with. Sometimes it's, it could be a job. It may not be a person. It may not be a relationship. You're at work and you feel like, I finally got, I got myself together and I'm doing well. And they say, well, I'm going to cut your hours. Or they say that, we're closing down. Of course, you're brokenhearted on that because you feel as though you have to start all over again. Here I go. And here I go, starting all over again. Sometimes it shakes your faith a little bit, but continue to keep your trust in God. I would like to say to you, don't let it shake your faith. But hey, I can't tell you something that I have not experienced myself. It has shaken my faith when I was believing for something or I was in faith for something. And sometimes the things that you want so badly, and you're praying for them, you don't wrote it down, everything, but it may not be the will of God. It just may not be, but it seems so simple. It's, what do you mean it's not the will of God that I have this 5-bedroom house? Because he know what is down the road. He know what you can face. He know about your job situation. He know about your health situation. He knows about, maybe it's not you, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your children going to need you. Yes, you can have those things, but you want to use wisdom. You don't want to go, why would you get a 5-bedroom home and that you really cannot afford? You want this thing built from the ground. You have all these specifications, but sometimes we just need to calm down. Just calm down and use the wisdom of God. That's what we need to do. We need to use the wisdom of God because sometimes I've seen some things that I'm gonna tell you what I want. I want that Genesis. I'm telling you that thing. I see myself in it, and I tell my husband, "Yep, Genesis, new beginning, new beginning. I want this Genesis." I had no idea this thing's like $70,000 to $80,000. Mm, mm, mm. I still want it. I still want it. So, one of the co-stylists in the salon, she bought one, and she didn't buy it brand new, but it was brand new. That thing is nice. That thing is really, really nice. It had everything on it. And hey, I may didn't get my Genesis, but she got one, and she can take me for a ride. She can ride me in that Genesis. I'll be styling, profiling with her, just like it's mine. So, I guess what I want to say, yes, you may be experiencing right now a broken heart, but I'm going to believe that God is going to heal you. And you need to believe that God is going to heal you of your broken heart. And you can move on and you can still get those things in life that you want. And I truly believe it. I'm gonna get the furniture and the Genesis. It just may not be like today, may not be tomorrow, may not even be next year, or it could be next year, or it could be tomorrow. Who knows? But I'm still going to believe for it, but I'm not going to be like angry with my husband because I don't have them. No, I'm not going to be angry with myself. I'm not going to be angry with anybody because there are things. I have a relationship with God as my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He is my Lord and Savior. I have a relationship with God. I have a beautiful relationship with my husband, my daughter, my son-in-law, my grandchildren, people whom I work with. I mean, my siblings, my two sisters. I'm gonna tell you something. Those are things that I count very, very valuable. My church family, I count those things very valuable. I count those people very valuable. I count those relationships very valuable. They mean a lot to me because I could have uh, all the beautiful furniture, the beautiful home, the the Genesis that I do want. I can have those things. But if I didn't have those relationships, if I didn't have a relationship with God, if I didn't have a relationship with my husband, my daughter, my grandchildren, my son-in-law, the people in the salon, my sisters, just people I know. I may spend 5 minutes with them, but I value those 5 minutes. Those 5 minutes mean a lot to me because you can have all those things, but what are they when you're lonely, when you're hurt, when you're brokenhearted, when you're frustrated? What are those things whenever you don't have those very valuable, priceless, oh gosh, should I even say it? I don't even know how to put a value on the relationships that I have with my family and my friends that are in my life. I just cannot put a price on it. They are priceless to me. With my sweet daughter, I'm still saying she's my sweet baby, and she's 34, but she is still my sweet baby. But anyway, those things are priceless. You cannot, you cannot I could not move on without having my family and my loved ones and people who are dear to my heart. Even the person that broke my heart, she still have a place in my heart. I don't even like, just you can't just kick somebody out of your heart. Listen here, if we could cut off how someone make us upset or angry, if we can cut that off, we probably will sometimes, but we don't want to be cut off. We don't want to be cut off by people that we expect that actually love us. We don't want to be cut off, most importantly, by God. He will never cut us off. He said, I have a covenant with you that I will not break. I won't break with you, your seed, or your seed's seed. That's Psalm 89. No, God will not break that covenant with you. And I don't want to be breaking around here, breaking covenant relationships, breaking up relationships that I've had for years. Or, hey, I may have just had it for 2 weeks, but if you meant to be in my life and I'm meant to be in your life, then it's very valuable. It's still priceless. So I don't say, well, we've been friends for 30 years and then we've been friends for a week. So, the person I've been friends with for a week, not as important to me. They're just as important to me. We may not have been through a lot together, but they are important to me. So when God adds someone to your life, know how to treat that person. Be careful how you go around breaking someone's heart, and be careful how you allow people to break your heart. So, you just have to be careful with people. People are very precious, very, very precious. And people have a lot of things going on. And sometimes you may not know or understand it. Maybe they don't want to share with you what is going on in their life. And that is their own personal business. But at the same time, you have to respect that. Now, I know that this is a different thing, like somebody that you have a relationship with, and y'all may work together. And one day they come in, they're so happy they're on a 10. Then the next day they come in, they may be on a 0. That little roller coaster relationship, I'd be like, no, thank you. No, thank you for that. Yeah, that roller coaster relationship, you can respect that person, you can be kind to them, you can, you know, spend a little brief time with them. Hello, goodbye. Hope, wish you well, wish that person well. But that roller coaster relationship, not for me. It is not for me. Even when I'm feeling however we feel, sometimes we don't even know how we feel. Sometimes that's how it is, when a person lose a loved one, they don't know where to place their emotions. So understand their emotions. So it's not where you place your emotions, because sometimes you don't know where to place them. But don't try to place a blame on someone if they have not done anything for that person to be out of your life. If they didn't do anything to you and your family, your loved ones, you know, don't post a blame on them, because things happen in life. We do know that death is actually a part of life, but be careful how you handle your emotions. And still, I'm telling you, you should be healed of that. I'm not saying you should be healed today. I'm just saying you should be healed of that. And I hope and I believe God for your healing, because who wants to go around with a broken heart? You have this life, like my husband told me when my mother passed. And I don't know how. I guess I was real quiet, because when I'm like upset or hurt or something, I get really, really quiet. And he said to me, you have to enjoy the people that you have in your life right now. And I took heed to that, because I thought about that. Hey, I don't want to leave these people and I don't want them to leave me. So you have to think about those things. You sometimes, you're so hurt. And I know for over the years of doing hair, over 40 years, I have spoken to people that sometimes their loved, well, not just their loved one, their spouse, their boyfriend, or whatever, I'm going to say their spouse, or maybe just their boyfriend or significant other, have broken their heart, and they're just waiting. They're just, only thing they want is for that person to acknowledge, just acknowledge what you did to me. Ask me to forgive you. Show me at least those regards, and they can move on. But sometimes you're like, why are they acting like that? And, maybe the spouse may say, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You did something to me, or you offended me, last week, and you act like it's nothing. If you hurt someone, you can tell when they're hurt. You can tell right away when they're hurt. If you hurt someone, at least have the decency to apologize to that person. Ask that person for forgiveness. And I'm telling you, sometimes I think it's called closure in some cases. Sometimes you cannot move on until you get that closure, until that person really acknowledge that they hurt you. Because people feelings, it's not like, something you just throw away like it's trash. You can treat people like that. That's not the way you treat people. That's not the way you treat people that you say that you love. You don't treat your spouse like that just because, you're used to them and they're going to take it, and you think it's acceptable. It is not acceptable. That is not how you treat people. You don't treat people any kind of way. Oh, well, you know what I meant. No, yeah, I did. I know exactly what you meant. I didn't like it. Yeah, you're gonna absolutely know when I don't like something. It doesn't have to be an argument, but I'm just gonna say, you said this, and I don't like what you said. It didn't make me feel good. And even talking about like my husband, he's gonna say, I know what you know what I meant when I said it. Yeah, I may know what you meant, but maybe I didn't like the tone. Maybe, it was just a bad moment for me. But I'm not gonna go around, oh, I'm not gonna say anything to him. First of all, I talk a lot, as y'all probably know. I cannot go a day or hours or be in the house with my husband and not talk to him. That this is what we do. We ride around and talk about sometimes nothing. We may just ride to Farmville. People tease me all the time because we just ride into Farmville to get peanuts. But if that's what make us happy, I don't want to be unhappy with my husband. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you know me, you do know I love that man. So I don't want to be unhappy with him. I want to enjoy our relationship, enjoy our time. September will be 45 years that we've been married, and I want to enjoy my time with my husband. And it could be the simplest thing. We could be talking about something that came on Andy Griffin, and I'm telling you, we look at it all the time. We look at Andy all the time, and we still laughing at something we laughed at 40 years ago. But hey, it's simple to us, but to me, it's better than walking around with a broken heart. It's better than being angry with a person and they don't know why you're angry, and you can't move on because what you do, you're setting a bad atmosphere in your home. You just It's just like something's wrong. It feel like darkness in here, or feel heavy in here. It isn't worth it. It isn't worth it. And when it comes to marriage, take care of your marriage. Do take care of your marriage, because you married that person because you love them, you chose them, and you love them, or you were chosen by them, and you all chose one another. Take care of your relationships, take care of your marriage, and take care of your relationship with your children. Don't just throw them aside. Well, they grown now. I don't hardly ever talk to them. I talk to my baby every day. I want to see her every day. I believe that I see my grandchildren every day. And I thank God for that. I really do thank God for that. I thank God because we live in, I want to leave a legacy of love that they could still feel look, when I'm going on, maybe 100 years from now, that they can still feel my love, and they can still, know about all the conversations that we had. So listen here, take care of yourself, Take care of your relationships. Be careful how you handle people. Have an understanding, compassionate heart with people. And live. As they say, live, love, and laugh. I think it probably doesn't go like that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It's something like that. But again, thank you so very much for tuning into Shop Talk. I hope to see y'all again on next week. Have no idea what I'm going to be talking about, but thank you for tuning in with Shop Talk. My name again is Lila Jones. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy every moment that you can. It's your life. Enjoy it. And again, this is Shop Talk. So we may be talking about anything. I could be talking about anything. Hope to have some wonderful guests coming on soon. But I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Enjoy this beautiful sunshine. It's a little chilly, but enjoy your day with Shop Talk.